first off, I made Tito Ortiz scream tap in less than 60 seconds. And while I suspect that you're going to be tougher than him, I still get you out of there inside of the first round. And before I get accused of hogging the mic, Vandalay, every time you talk, all I hear is garble, garble, garble. And I want to remind you, when you address me in public, you will do it proper. It's garble, 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 Mr. Sonnen. Thank you. Okay. It's respectful. Say it with me, Vandalay. Mr. Sonnen. Please, respectfully, please. Try it one time. No.
Suck my balls.
No. That is not what I said. Try it again. Mr. Sonnen.
Okay.
Could you imagine the excitement that Fedor must have right now? Could you imagine how bad he wants to reach out and touch the largest arm in Westland, Oregon, that is sitting right next to him? Instead, people keep going to Vandalay Silva. You want to hear Vandalay Silva? You want to know how you could get as much tantalizing conversation from something as Vandalay Silva? Just talk to my shoe. Just ask the shoe. What's it going to be like, shoe? What's it going to be like to walk into Madison Square Garden in front of a sold-out arena with the biggest box office in history because Bellator called the king? And you know what Vandalay's going to say? Oh, garble, garble, garble. It's garble, 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 Mr. Sonnen! Do you see the genius at work? Do you see how I did that? Do you see what just... See, that's not really Vandalay. That's my boot, young lady. Do you see why I'm a genius? And meanwhile, Fedor's up here going, oh my God, he's here. That's the guy I read about. That's Chael Sonnen. Could you imagine? He's feeling the same thing you're feeling. Chills going up and down your spine, face to face with greatness at this old building decorated with concrete known as MSG. Feast your eyes and fantasize, ladies and gentlemen, because on June 24th, the king of pay-per-view is coming to your decrepit building in your concrete-ridden city. I'm taking your money, and I'm going back to Westland, Oregon, still undefeated and still undisputed.
The first time I met Nate Diaz, I was in Denver and there was a UFC event happening. I was there fight week doing some stuff, and I was scheduled to fight Jason Mayhem Miller. We were in Denver promoting the fight, and I was in the elevator, and Nate Diaz walks in. I'm like, hey Nate, how you doing? We shake hands briefly, and no conversation, you know, just like one of those elevator rides. There was a few other people in there as well, so everyone's standing there, you know, kind of looking at the ceiling or whatever, waiting for the ride to pass. And then the doors open, Nate gets out, and just as the doors are shutting, he leans back and goes, oh, I forgot, man, fuck Miller, and like stuck the two fingers up and then walks off. And yeah, and I just thought, oh, that was hilarious. It was great. I was like, okay, yeah, I like this guy. He's cool.
Yeah, how do you not love that, man?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I forgot. Fuck Miller.
Yeah.
Walked off, you know. So yeah, no.
They're great, man. I mean, look,
the Diaz brothers.
I anticipate a much better version of the Rumble I fought last time. A guy that's worked on the areas that he struggled in, and the guy that's addressed them. A guy that's going to come in confident and trying to finish the fight. So I feel like we have trained for a better version of him. I feel like we've covered all of our bases, dotted our I's and crossed our T's. We've worked, man, so much in the areas that we feel we struggled in last time. And even in the areas that we were successful, we still have to improve in every facet of our game. I know how tough he is. You know, I have to be careful in the first 7 minutes Because reality is I felt him over the course of 14 minutes now. And I know the difference in his power from minute 1 when he dropped me to minute 13. So I can base that on experience. You know, I felt him at minute 13. And granted, he's still very powerful, but it isn't that same explosive power that's there in minute 1, 2, 3, 4 of the very first round. So I've really taken into account the beginning of the fight, being very aware, being ready to go from the start, and making sure that I'm implementing my game plan from the first bell all the way until I finish the fight.
Today, I'm going to tell you what to talk about on a first date. What do you talk about on a first date?
Suck my balls.
How can you convey your awesomeness through conversation?
How to keep a conversation going.
Suck my balls.